I got digital dash, can't ride with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flooded with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I ride through your block and I drop off the top. And I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say. I got digital dash, can't ride with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. I turn it around and shit don't stop. Don't make a sound, don't talk to the cops. Spend rich, call money like on pills.
Yo, what's the YouTube? It's your boy Fizz back with yet another video. Today I got y'all boys with a very special video. I actually planned on giving y'all just some jump shots with some gameplay, but I'm actually gonna go more in detail than that. I'm gonna give you guys pretty much tips for pretty much all jump shot ratings, whether you have a low 3-point rating build or a high 3-point rating build. And then when it comes to that, I'm gonna also give you guys the best bag setups for all 3 different types of builds. Whether you have a low 3-point rating build, a spot up build, whether you're a lock or a sharp, or if you're a guard. So I'm gonna do that all in this video while also give you guys the top 5 jump shots in the game. So if you guys want more of these animation videos, I think all I'm gonna try this next one to be the contact dunk tutorial. So if you guys want that, I need y'all boys right now to smash, break, and destroy the like button. But even if you don't want that, please support the video by hitting that like button, subscribe if you're new. But without further ado, let's hop straight into it. Alright, so what really inspired me to make this video, if you don't know, I've been streaming every single day. And with this being said, I'm having to make my builds on PlayStation. So I'm having to make these new builds on PlayStation without rebirth, just all brand new builds. And almost all my builds are kind of lower on the 3-point rating spectrum on current gen in comparison to the next gen. So getting used to this again was kind of weird, but that is what inspired me to make this video, to give y'all boys the tips that y'all need for every 3-point rating. Now, I'm not only gonna go for stuff for current gen, I'm gonna go over stuff for next gen. But showing you guys the stats that I've been shooting with on current gen PlayStation, that for builds I'm grinding to be doing these sub sessions to play with y'all. By the way, if y'all wanna play with me, go ahead, just turn on notifications. I'm gonna be doing sub sessions every single Saturday. Sometimes it's gonna be on Xbox, sometimes it's gonna be on PlayStation. That's why I'm grinding my builds on PlayStation. But I got some of these builds that I'm gonna show you guys where I haven't really reached the 99 threshold, and show you guys how important it is to actually reach certain thresholds. So first build I'm gonna show you guys is a build that only has a 56 3-pointer. Only thing I'm gonna be able to get it to is a 60. This is why, in my opinion, if you're making a build and you want to shoot consistently, you want to reach that 70 threshold, because even at a 56, it's very difficult to even just shoot in my career. And if it's hard to shoot in my career, it's gonna be extremely hard to shoot in the park. And that is how it is. So the way I try to get used to shooting on a build like this, I try to get used to shooting through the mid-range. If you don't have a 73 pointer, the only way you can be able to get your hot zones as fast as possible is through the mid-range. And as you get your mid-range hot zones, you're gonna get more badges. And as you get more badges, it's gonna become that much more easier to shoot everywhere else. Now, like I said, I'm gonna do the bad setups for these low 3-point rating builds. Now for the next build that I was working on was a build that only had a 66 3-pointer, my slash and playmaker, and I can get that to a 70 at 99. This is another reason why I'm saying builds like this, where you can get it to 70, are extremely overpowered. Even if you're not having like the defense Hall of Fame, even if you're not having crazy shooting badges, be able to have that 70 threshold is really what you want. When it comes to the thresholds, if you don't know how it works for every single attribute, this is for every single attribute. You got the stuff that's before 70, all that is pretty much the same. It's not saying it's all gonna be exactly the same. The difference between like a 25 and a 69, there is a difference. It's just gonna get it's just gonna get better and better, but you're gonna see a huge difference once you get to that 70. Gen, like when it comes to like, it's gonna be the same thing from like 70 to 79 as it was when it was 25 to 69. But with that being said, it's just gonna be slightly different because you're now at that 70 threshold. Then when you get to that 80 threshold, it's gonna be better. Then when you get to that 90 threshold, it's gonna be better. Then when you get to that 99 threshold, moving on to another build, my jack of all trades, or if you want to just have the other slash and playmaker where you pretty much get shooting and finishing Hall of Fame, or the better one, which you only get finishing Hall of Fame, but you still get really good shooting stats and badges. So that one had a 77 3-pointer. It was much easier to grind this build shooting badges, shooting threes, than it was on, say for instance, a 56 or a 66, because of the fact it was already at the 70+ threshold. So when you're doing this stuff, working on these builds, you gotta understand how the thresholds work. Then when it comes to next gen, we got pretty much the builds that's really just easy to have it. Now, I play with a lot of bigs on next gen where I'm used to people to just be able to shoot as consistent as possible, and when people have these builds where they have 80+ threshold, they're able to green pretty much every single shot, and most of every single shot is going to go in, whether it's white or green. But then when it comes to having that 70 threshold, those whites go in a lot less. The greens are a lot harder to get. So you're going to see a substantial difference even on next gen for certain thresholds. And the thresholds pretty much work the exact same on next gen. The only reason why people shoot a lot better on current gen, in my opinion, I have no clue what 2K did to the gameplay, but I just feel like way more whites go in on current gen. That's just me. But on next gen, you're still making a lot of shots. Whites, all type of stuff. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, most of my builds on next gen, it has that 87 3-pointer or 88. It's either 87 or 88. I believe it's an 88 though, because you get certain badges at 88, like blinded at gold. And most of my builds are gonna have that. It's not like on current gen where you can get that +4 at 99. It's just you get it, and that's what you have. It's just is what it is. Now you can get like the little sleeves to get certain things, but that doesn't unlock badges, that doesn't unlock attributes. That's just to have a higher rating. That's really all it is. So you can use that to reach thresholds. You can use floor journals to reach thresholds. You can use takeover to reach thresholds, but all in all, you get what you get. So all that is important. And then I even have a build that has 99 3-pointer. You're going to see a substantial difference on how many greens you can get. You're going to see a substantial difference on how many times you can green contested shots. So all this stuff can combine to really get you the perfect thing. So what are the tips I would give you guys for all builds? Get your hot zones. When you get your hot zones, even without Hot Zone Hunter, it's going to be that much easier to shoot. This is before you have any badges. You get your hot zones, it's gonna make it easier to shoot, whether you have a 56 3-pointer, a 66 3-pointer, a 70+ threshold, a 80+ threshold, a 90+ threshold, or even a 99. It's gonna be substantially better when it comes to shooting on all builds. So that's pretty much what I'll give y'all on the rundown of the attributes. You gotta understand the thresholds, you gotta understand what badges, and that's what we finna hop into next, the badges. Alright, so when it comes to the badge setup, I told y'all boys we will be doing 3 separate badge setups. So I'm gonna have the timestamps for each one. So if you want to just see the guard, you can just skip to the guard. If you want to just see the lockdown, you can just see the lockdown. Now the lockdown, spot ups, those are pretty much gonna all be the same. Sharps, all that, it's gonna all be the same. But when it comes to the low 3-point rating builds, they're even gonna have their own. So if you want to skip straight to that, go ahead, do that. But yeah, first what we're gonna do is the guard badge setup. Now, I'm gonna do these based off importance. I'm not gonna be doing strictly like the perfect badge setup. I'm gonna just be doing it based off what's the most important badges you should be putting into what tier would I put them. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop straight into it. So when it comes to the badge setup for a guard build, in my opinion, for my playstyle, I don't really use like certain badges like Circus Streets. I don't really on purpose do this all the time, but I do like using it because it's such a good badge. So that's not gonna be an early badge. Some people that's gonna be earlier for some people, but for me, for my playstyle, I don't really like doing those type of shots. So if I'm not gonna be doing those type of shots, I don't want to waste those badges on something I'm not trying to actually necessarily do. So let's hop into it. Yeah, what I like to do in this game, in my opinion, the shooting is so easy. First badge I like putting on still is Sniper, but one thing I do say, sometimes I don't even use Sniper on my guard build, but that is because, in my opinion, I feel like you get more pure greens without Sniper. Now, with Sniper, you do get more greens overall, but that's because you get those around the rim greens. Like, you know how when you get a green and it like hitting the rim, that's not a pure green. You want those pure greens where it just goes straight net, like the old 2Ks where like it just went straight net. Why do you want those? Because you can get those greens on any contest up to 40%. You can't get those ring around the rims consistently, and that actually kind of makes you think that you're getting like good timings, but at the same time you're not. You're not getting like the green. You're not actually getting the actual green window, where Sniper pretty much extends the green window where you would get whites and it'll be a green, and those will go in every single time. So that's really my thought process with Sniper. But all in all, when it comes to hitting whites, bro, if you don't want to ever really miss, Sniper's a great badge to have on because it'll literally stop you altogether from hitting whites. So that is what it is. Next, like I was saying, when it comes to me shooting badges wise, I like putting on badges when it comes to contest, because the shooting is already so easy, and most guard builds are gonna have really good shooting stats, so you don't really need the shooting badges off rip. So I like going with the contest badges. Now this can really differentiate on how short you are, but most guard builds are going to be pretty short. But me personally, I still like going blinders first. Blinders, my opinion, if you're using screens, it's going to be very hard to contest that. Even if you're not using screens, if you know what you're doing, you can really use blinders to just, especially a lot of guards, they like to zigzag, and if you get people on your side, you can just shoot that, and you can get a really, like, it's going to be contested sometimes because they've nerfed it since the beginning, but you can still green those, which is why I was saying I like to not use Sniper some of the times, because I like getting those pure greens. It's that simple. But yeah, blinders is really gonna negate that contest from those sides, and it's really good for crabbing and really good for guards. But then when it comes to the next badge, I like going Deadeye. Yes, I like going Deadeye over Mismatch Expert, because that's like the contest coming from the front. So if somebody likes to jump at you, use IQ and jump at you, you're really gonna want Deadeye. People are trying to contest you from in front, you're really gonna want Deadeye, and that's gonna really, just like blinders, make you to get lower contests from in front of you instead of like blinders from the side, allow you to get more greens. Very important. I like getting as many greens as possible, even on a game where you don't really necessarily have to green. That's just how it is. Next, Mixed Match Expert. I like using this pretty much if you were like an undersized guard. Very overpowered. I like putting this on after those other two badges, because once I have those two badges, that is going to put, like, this badge kind of enhances those badges, if that makes any type of sense. It's going to enhance those. So you could really either put this on before, or you can put this on after. I wouldn't put it in between. It's either before or after, because it enhances the badge. Maybe you want to put it on before, so once you start putting those badges on, you'll be enhancing. But I think of it differently. Like, if I'm getting these badges first, and then I'm putting this on, every single tier is going to be enhancing those badges to a whole nother level. So that's just my thought process on that. Now, when it comes to these next badges I'm going to put on, it's going to actually throw you for a loop. Lucky number 7. I'm putting that on bronze. That is the best bronze shooting badge in the game. No debate. Now, why? This way this game works, the shot timing is gonna change depending on your stamina. This badge is to get your shots off in the first 7 seconds of a possession. That is very important for me, because I don't like my shot timing to change. So I really want to take advantage of that as much as possible, and that's literally what lucky number 7 is for. And the fact that you can put it at bronze is just all the more better. Then when it comes to the next couple badges, now we're gonna start putting on badges to help you shoot. Now, you could go Chef right here, but I'm gonna be real with you, a lot of the people really not gonna do that. But if you're a person like me that really want to go crazy and not really need too many badges to help you shoot, Chef is perfect. Now, you want to go as high as possible in Chef, because the higher you go, the deeper you can shoot from, and the easier it is gonna be to green from that deep. So that's how I think about it. Like, bronze extends your range a little bit, silver extends your range a little bit more, gold extends your range a little bit more, and Hall of Fame extends your range even more. So you really want to just get this as high as possible. If you can get it to Hall of Fame, cool. When you get it to gold, cool. It's just really good for stuff like that. And that's how my thought process is on Chef. Now, I like Chef on guards more than Limitless Spot Up. Some people like Limitless Spot Up even on guards, because if you're standing still, like if you wait a couple, like a second, then it's Limitless range. But if you take too long with Chef, it won't even be Chef at that point. So Chef is perfect for me. That's all I'm gonna say. Next, Hot Zone Hunter. I like going Hot Zone Hunter on gold. Gold Hot Zone Hunter, in my opinion, is the best bang for your buck. And Hot Zone Hunter is actually one of the more important shooting badges to help you shoot. So if I'm going with a badge to help you shoot as well as possible, I'm going with Hot Zone Hunter. It's just that simple. Stop and Pop, I like going with Silver Stop and Pop. I don't like going past Silver, actually. Believe it or not. On a guard build, those are the two best bang for your bucks I would go with on those two badges. I literally don't go past Silver, Stop and Pop, and I have 39 shooting badges on next gen. I literally don't go past gold on Hot Zone Hunter, and I have 39 shooting badges on one of my builds. So all my builds, I really don't go past this. That's just proof that I don't go past this on none of my builds. That's literally what I do. Now, with that being said, we got 4 more badges to work with. So this is gonna be of the next importance, but this is gonna be for the people that really have a lot of badges on their badge setup. Now, depending on what you really want to do, if this is a game where you don't necessarily have to get green, so green machine gonna be the one for some people. Some people might want clutch shooter. That's really up to you. If I go clutch shooter, I really don't go past bronze. Bronze clutch shooter is really good. I just don't really use it a lot of the times. You can get way more badge setups or badge upgrades on next gen than you can on current gen, but at the same time, I really never really have clutch shooter on depending on what I'm playing. Only time I really have it on is if I'm playing 5v5, because if I'm at park, it's really mostly blowouts. I'm just being honest. But yeah, shooting, this is probably where I would put Circus 3s or Green Machine. Personally, you can go with a lot of these other badges, but for a guard, I'll probably go Circus 3s or Green Machine. Now, depending on your playstyle, you're gonna go Circus 3s a lot higher than what I put it. Honestly, I believe Circus 3s is on par with Sniper of how overpowered it is. It's very overpowered. It just doesn't fit my playstyle. That's the only reason I didn't put it any higher. But since they patched it or buffed it, not only is it for step back 3s anymore, it's now for high difficulty jump shots such as hop steps, spins, which means spin jumpers, step back jumpers, and pull-ups. So that's for fading too from the 3-point line. So that's very overpowered. And that's for whites, gonna get you more greens, all the above. Very overpowered. Very overpowered. I can't say it enough. It's extremely overpowered. But since I personally don't even really go with that style, me personally, I like Green Machine. Now, for the whole year I've been using it, bronze, when you put it to Hall of Fame, you will see a difference. It's not crazy how big the difference is. Now, if you get past like 3, you'll get a way bigger boost for every single green than you would at bronze, but you're still getting a boost altogether. And the game is so easy to shoot on that it's not that big of a deal, because if you mess up one time, you'll be able to get right back to getting greens. Not like on 2K21 where you know what I'm saying? But Green Machine on 2K21 wasn't even that good to begin with, regardless. But yeah, that's pretty much how I think of it. I would go bronze to show you guys another badge. Maybe you want to go bronze here. Maybe you want to go silver like that to be able to have all the badges. That's the way you could do it. Maybe you're shooting all the shots. You want to go with volume shooter. That's just not me. That's just not. I'm going to be honest. That's just not me. So that's pretty much the badge setup for the guards. That's what I would do. And then when it comes for the spot ups, lockdowns, sharps, anything like that, this is going to be the badge setup for you. Now, same things is going to apply. I do believe locks and stuff like that are gonna need the shooting badges earlier than the contest, and a lot of times you're really gonna only shoot off certain things. Now for comp like locks and stuff like that, they're gonna need more of those contest badges earlier. They're gonna be needing stuff, but me personally, I'm gonna still go with Sniper first. Sniper is just the ultimate badge of 2K22. It's literally the epitome of a broken badge. It's the reason why when I do the badge setups, it is where it is. But yeah, Sniper is definitely gonna be the first badge. It's gonna help you get more greens. This is not really a guard build where you're really you're trying to be too particular in your badges. It's really gonna be simple and the same thing every single time, no matter if you're a lock, a sharp, or whatever. It's just gonna change of importance depending on what your 3-point rating is. I feel like if you have a higher 3-point rating, you would definitely go with like the contest badges first. But me personally, I would go with this. Now, when it comes to the shooting, catch and shoot, definitely gotta be Hall of Fame. Corner specialists, I've always put that to silver. Again this year, best bang for your buck again is silver. I don't feel like they've done really anything to corner specialists since 2K20. That's just me. Catch and shoot, kind of the same. Catch and shoot, I either go bronze or Hall of Fame. I don't really go in between. If you can get it Hall of Fame on a build like this, or you can get it gold on a build where you don't get, I would do it. 100% do it. That's pretty much the first 2 badges I would go. Haza Hunter, again, we're only gonna go gold. If you've seen the guard, I really don't like going past gold. I'm giving you out the best bang for your buck for every single badge, and that's pretty much the importance of how I'm gonna do it. That's how I do it. I know a lot of people like set shooter. Me personally, it's just too particular of a badge, so I don't personally like it. So now that we got those badges out the way, next badge we're gonna put on, in my opinion, has to be blinders. It's either blinders or Deadeye, because people aren't coming from the side of you on a spot up, so actually Deadeye. I would definitely go Deadeye. You want to put Deadeye as high as possible. You just want to get it to as high as possible. I may show it as Hall of Fame, but if you can't get Hall of Fame, obviously that means just put it as high as possible. That's what I'm saying. Blinders, again, you want to get that as high as possible for sure. Getting that as high as possible is very important. Now, on lockdowns and spot ups, most of the time you're not gonna really have the opportunity to even put on mismatch because you have to be. But if you can, maybe. But like you're gonna be taller as a spot up than you would be on a guard, so I don't really see the point in doing that regardless. So the next badge I would personally put on is Limitless Spot Up. Limitless Spot Up is gonna be having you shoot from deeper, and that's off the catch. So if you're spotting up from deep, you can do that. If not, don't use it. That's really what I say. If you are spotting up from deep, use it. If not, do not use it. Now, if you're a person that likes to sit hash, use it. If you're a person that's really just sitting corner all the time at the park, don't use it. Pretty much that simple. So with that being out the way, a badge is actually very underrated. It is Slippery Off Ball, but that's not really a spot up badge. You have to be moving off the ball. But if you like moving off the ball, Slippery Off Ball is a good badge also. Alright, and then next is going to be Green Machine. I believe Green Machine on a spot up, you want to get as many greens as possible. This is a game where you don't necessarily have to hit greens, but getting greens is going to be very important for spot ups in my opinion, because you want to, every single time a spot up shoots, that needs to be auto. That needs to be a shot that needs to go in every single time. So yeah, Green Machine is very, very important for spot ups in my opinion. When it comes to these last badges, it really can go a lot of ways. I'll go lucky number 7. That's still one of the most important badges, even for a spot up. Getting shots off in the first 7 seconds is important, even if it doesn't really make that big a difference to spot ups, because a lot of times you're not wasting stamina. But if you are using Slippery Off Ball, lucky number 7, and wasting as little as stamina is important. Clutch shooter, very important. Just like with Green Machine, you want to be able to hit shots as consistently as possible, and that's at the beginning of the possession or at the end of a game. It doesn't really matter. Very important, no matter what. Then when it comes to the last badge, you can go with a couple of different things. I guess at this point, it's either you going Limitless Spot Up, Slippery Off Ball, or Set Shooter. I personally would just go with Limitless Spot Up. That would be the badge I go with personally. Or you can just go Max Clutch Shooter. It doesn't really matter. That's really up to you. But that's pretty much the badges of importance. In order of importance, I would put on for my badge setup if I was on a spot up, a lockdown, or a sharpshooter build. And then when it comes to builds that are like low 3-point rating builds. Now, for these low 3-point rating builds, you're not going to get as many badges as a guard. You're not even probably going to get as many badges as a lock. But there are going to be badges that are just much more important. I feel like since these are lower 3-point rating builds, a lot of times people are not even going to guard you as hard. They're going to sag off. So a lot of times you don't even need these contest badges, and a lot of times these are going to be taller builds, so you don't even need the contest badges as much as certain guard builds do. So it's a lot of differences that's going to happen on a badge setup like this. So first badge, in my opinion, that you want to put on is Hot Zone Hunter. Hot Zone Hunter is going to be very important for a build like this, because anything that's going to make your make percentage go up, it's going to make your green window bigger. And you really want to get greens on these low 3-point rating builds. It's very, very important. Next badge, Sniper. Sniper is very important. Now, like I said with the guards, you don't use Sniper, you're going to get more pure greens. But you do get more greens all together with Sniper, and you're going to hit more whites. Very important on these low 3-point rating builds to have Sniper as high as possible. Now, I'm sure you guys will Hall of Fame, but obviously on these low 3-point rating builds, you wouldn't be able to have Sniper on Hall of Fame. But I'm just showing you guys, when I put something in Hall of Fame, that just means max it out to as much as you possibly can. So that's the second badge of importance. Then when it comes to the next badge, personally, if you're on a low 3-point rating build, this can get very interesting, because then you can go with a set shooter. Then you can go with a stop and pop. It's really depending on what you want to use. I feel like it's really no bad choice for this next badge. Personally, I probably would go with stop and pop, because I would like be dribbling and then shooting. But if you're a person that's like gonna be setting your feet and be taking your time because people are just leaving you wide open, you could definitely go with a set shooter. So I will go with silver stop and pop, because that's the best bang for your buck. I'm not saying it's the best at silver. I'm not saying Hot Zone Hunter is the best at gold. I just feel like it's the best bang for your buck. It's that simple. I just wouldn't go past it. It's just wasting badge points at that point, in my opinion. But then if you want to go with a set shooter, this will be when you would probably want to go with that. You can go with that as high as possible. On builds like this, where you're really going to take your time to shoot because people are just leaving you that wide open, you can do that. But if you're so good at shooting on these builds, or you get so used to shooting on a low 3-point rating builds and you don't really take your time to shoot, set shooter, personally, it's just a not used badge for me. So that's why I wouldn't use it. But if you're a person that's not really crazy and you need all the badges to help you shoot, definitely by all means use set shooter. Then when it comes to the next badge, personally, it's where it gets interesting, because you can go lucky number 7, you can go Green Machine, you can go clutch shooter, because you're not going to be taking too many shots. I'm going to be honest with you. You're not going to be taking too many shots. Now, on a low 3-point rating build, maybe you be spotting up Me personally, I don't really ever spot up too much, but you would go with a corner specialist. I do feel like lucky number 7 is the badge you would want to go here regardless, because you want to get off your shots as fast as possible. So that's why I would go there. Next, I would probably go green machine, because you want to get as many greens as possible, but you do have to get consecutive greens for it even to really make a big difference on your shots. So that is another thing. But yeah, that's pretty much my thought on it. Then maybe you want to go clutch shooter, so maybe you're taking your shots at the end of the game, you want those to have a higher percentage of going in. Maybe you want to max that out too as well, put that up as high as possible, so like anytime you shoot that, it's gonna be as important as possible. You don't really have to put these as high as possible, but like shooting badges, you really probably do want to put those as high as possible if you're putting those on. Then corner specialists, I literally wouldn't go past silver. I wouldn't probably go past bronze. I probably wouldn't go past bronze on that as well. That's pretty much the order of importance I would go with. And then after you get all these badges on, you're still not putting on contest badges, because at this point, I will put on rhythm shooter. Rhythm shooter, I feel like on these low 3-point rating builds, a lot more of these builds are going to be using like the LeBron hotback. And rhythm shooter is extremely overpowered with that, because that's really what it's for. It's literally for like when you're dribbling steal or doing the LeBron hotback and you're shooting right off of that, that is going to be making it that much easier to shoot off that. So yeah, that's what I say. Then after you do all of that, then is when you want to start putting on the shooting badges. I probably would never ever put on Chef on a build like this, because you're just trying to shoot as good as possible. You need to worry about that type of stuff on other builds. So then I would start putting on blinders. Then I would start putting on Deadeye. Then I would start putting on Mismatch Expert. Honestly, I probably wouldn't even be able to put on Mismatch Expert. I'll probably put on Deadeye. Then I'll probably put on this. Then I'll probably put on this. It's not really too much else I would really even try to put on. I don't really feel like you should be taking too many threes on a low 3-point rating build, because at the end of the day, it still is a low 3-point rating build. You have a lot more to your build. That's probably like the weakness of your build, so you're probably going to be able to get contact dunks. So most of the time, you're not going to really be trying to go 7 for 7 for 3, because you're going to be able to do so much more. You're going to be able to dunk people. Like, so, damn, that just hurt. I'm not even going to lie. But yeah, that's pretty much the order of importance. I would just go for, if you just didn't understand, I would just go for just as good of shooting badges to help you shoot and hit shots as possible. Pretty much that simple. Alright, and last but certainly not least, the top 5 jump shots. Now, for the top 5 jump shots, I'm going to give you guys a jump shot for the bigs, a couple jump shots for spot ups, and the best jump shot in the game, which I would believe you can use it on all, but it's really more of a guard jump shot. So, number 1, coming in first, the first jump shot I'm going to give you guys is the jump shot for bigs. When it comes to jump shot for bigs, I'm talking about for bigs. When I mean bigs, I'm talking about bigs as in builds that's 6'10" and up, and you only can get certain jump shots. So for the people that only get certain jump shots, I would say the best base in the game for y'all is Aaron Gordon. Now there are other bases you can go with. Jump shot 38 is a good base. Marcus Chris is a good base, but in my opinion, the best one from my experience is Aaron Gordon by far too. It's not like close to me. So yeah, that's what I'll say for y'all boys that's using 6'10" and up bigs. Now when it comes to spot ups, I got 3 jump shots for y'all. Or not 3. Actually, I kinda got this mixed up. I got 2 jump shots, and then I'm gonna give you guys a low 3-point rating build jump shot. But yeah, when it comes to the guards, not guards, but spot ups. Now, spot ups, this includes bigs on current gen that's not 6'10". This includes spot ups. This includes lockdowns. This includes sharps. All the above. Anything that's really just gonna be spotting up, pretty much. So, or catching and shooting type stuff that can get pretty much any jump shot. So, when it comes to these, it's really 2 jump shots. My opinion, the best one is Tony Parker. Tony Parker is the best one. The only drawback to it is it's kind of slow, but when it comes to getting whites, it's going to be crazy on how many whites. And when it comes to getting greens, in my opinion, it's the most consistent jump shot in the entire game when it comes to getting greens. So if you're a low 3-point rating build, you can use it. If you're a guard, you can use it. But the only thing is, it's a little slow. So as a guard, it's not the best guard jump shot off that alone, because as a guard, you do need a faster jump shot, especially in this game. So Tony Parker, I can't even say it's the only one. I have to give you guys 2 options. Another one is Trey Burke. If you want to go with a really, really good jump shot for any type of build, also Trey Burke. But for spot ups in general, Trey Burke and Tony Parker are the best bases in the game, or just jump shots as a whole if you want to go with just jump shot. But I use all my jump shots as bases. So yeah, That's pretty much how it is. That's what I go with. Trey Burke and Tony Parker, 100% perfect jump shots for you. I'm actually gonna be using this Trey Burke very soon, so if you guys want that video that I do plan on, secret video coming, gameplay video coming, stay tuned. But when it comes to the low 3-point rating builds, the best jump shot for y'all, like I said, you can definitely use Tony Parker, but the best one, the meta one, is definitely Dante Exum. Dante Exum just has those jump shot cues that's very important for these lower 3-point rating, because you need everything that you can get to help you. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, you need everything that you can get to help you. So Dante Exum, in my opinion, is the best jump shot and base for low 3-point rating builds. You can use this as a spot up as a low 3-point rating. You can use it as a guard on a low 3-point rating. It's really up to you how you want to use it, but this is definitely the easiest one to time, the easiest one to queue. You're gonna get the most greens. Now, whites is a topic, but yeah, if you want to get a lot of greens on a low 3-point rating build, which is very important for the low 3-point rating builds, because you're not gonna make as many whites as a build that reaches above a 70 threshold, an 80 threshold, or a 90 threshold, or a 99. So you really need a jump shot that's gonna be extremely easy to get greens on, and Dante Exum is the jump shot for you. Hey man, now I know I hit 100K, but the grind ain't stopped, and some of you niggas still ain't hitting that subscribe button. Somehow, still 90% of y'all that are watching my videos still aren't subscribed. And imagine the number we be at if y'all just hit that sub button. So subscribe! And then last, but certainly not least, the best jump shot in the game, the fastest jump shot in the game, the meta jump shot for NBA 2K22 is Jump Shot 3. This is actually going to be the first time all year I didn't put Jump Shot 98. In my opinion, I still believe Jump Shot 98 or Dwayne Wade, Jump Shot or base is still up there. I just believe the speed of Jump Shot 3 just takes it to a whole nother level, and you still can get just as many greens. And I feel like having the speed on your jump shot on guard builds is at an all-time high this year. You really do need it. So yeah, I do feel like Jump Shot 3 is the best jump shot in the game in totality. If you're going for a jump shot just as fast as possible, that can also get a lot of greens, that's also going to hit a lot of whites, this is the jump shot for you. Now, I went over all the jump shots and bases, but I don't want to leave out the releases. The release that I always go with for release 1 is Rudy Gay. For release 2, it's always Klay Thompson. The blending, I go 65-35. Sometimes I go 75-25. Sometimes I go 50-50. Some of these jump shots and bases, they kind of do need different blending for different heights. Because if you know how the heights work on this game, if you reach past, I believe it's either 6'4" or 6'6", you go past a certain height, the jump shot becomes extremely slower. And then when you get to 6'10" and up, it definitely gets slower. So you gotta really just know what you're using and know what type of build you on, know what blends to put it on, know what speeds to put it on, and also current gen in comparison to the next gen have much faster timings than next gen. I don't know why, but it is like that. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be the jump shots. I gave you guys a lot in this one video. I didn't really have to do all this. I didn't plan on doing this, but I've been grinding my builds for PlayStation to get y'all boys these streams. So with that being said, I did go as hard as I possibly could. So I gave you guys pretty much a threshold overview, low 3-point rating overview, help on everything on like that. Gave you guys tips for hot spots or hot zones. I gave you guys tips on the bad setup. I gave you guys 3 separate bad setups all in one video for a jump shot video, while also giving you guys the top 5 jump shots with bases and releases and blendings and speed for NBA 2K22. If you guys want more of these animation videos, y'all always show a lot of support on these, so I really would appreciate it if you can right now smash break and destroy the like button, turn on notifications, be the first to ever see my videos, share this video to anybody you think will help. But for sure, if you do anything, make sure to subscribe if you are new. If you haven't been tuning into the Twitch streams, go down in the description, follow me on Twitch, make sure you got all the notifications going. I've been streaming every single day, so I really would appreciate if y'all boys hit that sub and hit the notifications on the YouTube, and go to my Twitch and hit that follow and turn on notifications to be all the Twitch streams, because I've been streaming every single day. I don't stream as usual on YouTube, so you want to make sure to be in them Twitch streams. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. Like I said, like the video. Without further ado, it's your boy Fist Man. I'm about to be man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
Last but not least, I couldn't leave this out the video. I don't know what 2K's been on, but it's been 4 seasons, and we still have no Let Your Nuts Hang. It's at this point we might even have to make a petition towards 2K. I have not seen it this entire year. A full year of Let Your Nuts Hang. A full year. It's crazy. So, if you guys want that to come back, I need y'all to help me. I need y'all to help me.